So, good morning. It is 1,000 degrees out here. It's like a record heat wave. I did 19 miles yesterday. I don't even know if you could see this because my screen is all wet with sweat. I'm at Black Rock now. I'm only a couple miles in today, and I don't know how much I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna try to make it to, I think it's Loft Mountain Wayside. It's like 8 miles up, and I'm just gonna rest there for a little bit in the heat of this day. It's I woke up without any water this morning. I had to go a couple miles to get some water. Luckily, hydro shuttle driver drove by and filled me up, and out there 2 liters doesn't last very long out here in this heat. I got like a liter left, and I got about 8 miles to go. So I am sweating buckets. But I just made it to the top here, so I think it's downhill from here, like a gradual grade. Should be easy walking. I'm gonna get on the road and Skyline Drive and road walk again, because it's just a little easier terrain and in this heat, and reassess when I get to this wayside. That'll be around 894 miles. But I'm just gonna have to sit out the heat of the day this afternoon, maybe do some night hiking or later on. I don't know how much I'll film today, just because my hands are all sweaty, my body's all sweaty, and pulling this phone out makes it all wet. But I'll show you the Black Rock. Impressive. Put my cool sunglasses on. Like right, Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah. Black Rock is beautiful. Rugged. Impressive. It's impressive, all right, but I'm not gonna climb it today because it is too hot. So I'm gonna get my butt back in the shade. So I'm road walking again, and it's still a little hot out here, but it's hot inside too. And believe it or not, like, it's quieter out here. Traffic is sparing, but there's a lot of day hikers out there and tourists coming up and down the trail, and I enjoy them. The conversations with them, the questions we get, the happiness, the joy you see in the people hiking the trail. The trail's not made for us, it's made for everybody. A lot of people get frustrated with it, but I don't. Everybody deserves to come out here and enjoy nature, whether or not you're doing a through hike, or you're doing a day hike, or an hour hike, or just standing out in the backyard, man. So I don't refer to them other than people's looking for the same things I'm looking for, just to be out here in nature and enjoy what is and what's around us. I don't think anybody means it to be derogatory. It's a kind of a funny, cute way to identify people, the section hikers or day hikers. And anytime I see somebody out here, my face lights up. I give them a warm greeting, and I answer their questions. And people are curious, and curiosity is the key to change and evolving, is asking the questions. Be curious, not judgmental. And I can't remember who wrote that, but there's a quote, something along the lines of paraphrasing, be curious, not judgmental. So, curiosity and asking questions is key to change and evolution and growth. But I do love the road walk too, and maybe I'm just saying that because that I came out of the trees to walk the road to be alone, but maybe it's just an easier path. And better views. Everything has a payoff. You could be in the trees and it's a little cooler, more shade. Or I could be out here where it's more open. But it's still a footpath. And it's walking my way to Maine. Besides, you get to do cool stuff like walk on these rocks. Ooh, can I make it the whole way? Balancing myself. Ah. It's like wider than the path in a lot of ways, in a lot of places. So, but I do fall on the path a lot. But I don't really feel like circumventing this tree, and so down he goes. But it is fun to have fun. Not sure I could go any slower, buddy. I'll take the ticket. Nobody ever accused me of being speedy. The last one, the main wins, right? Got a little way stop up here. Waypoint. I think it's Loft Mountain, like waypoint. Give me some food, some water, because I'm completely out. And relax a little bit. I think it's like 896 miles. You have no idea what it feels like when you're reaching a point where you plan to stop during the end game or the end of the day, or it's only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but it feels good to be able to take a break. So I'm on my way down to like Ivy Creek Overlook. It's like mile 897. So I didn't do a whole lot of miles today, maybe 14. I'm gonna meet Papa Smurf down there. He got off trail. You know, went home to Virginia for Father's Day, and he's coming back out, and he's gonna jump up and meet me. And so it'd be good to have him back. Today was kind of a rough day on me, man. The heat is just so brutal, and I'm drinking plenty of fluids, but when I was in Waynesboro and I had my little backside issue, you know, I'm sure that dehydrated me a little bit, and I got a lot of fluids, but I forgot to pick up electrolytes, and so I haven't been drinking electrolytes, and I've been sweating buckets, and then with the amount of water I'm consuming, yeah, I depleted myself, and you gotta be really conscious up here. And so I hiked into, I don't know what the name of it is, the Loft Mountain, like waypoint or whatever. We're sitting down to eat, and my hands started locking up on me. You know, not my feet, not my calves, but my hands were cramping, and I couldn't uncramp them, so I ate a bunch of salt, but I'm sure I'm potassium deficient as well, and magnesium along with the salt. So took a liquid IV and drank down a couple of Propels that a friend had, and I feel better, but I also don't want to push any more miles today. So yeah, it's beautiful up here. So I'm gonna come down and meet Papa Smurf. He'll be there in about an hour and a half or so, and just camp somewhere close by. I think there's a shelter like 2 miles more up, but you know, it's getting late anyway. I stayed at that waypoint for a few hours, just trying to drink down fluids and make sure I wasn't going to have any cramping issues or anything. And then I hiked on, and it's hard to get restarted again when you're late in the day. Your legs kind of say, nah, that's enough, man, I'm done. So be a short day. Well, I gotta show you what I'm looking at. So yesterday I did about 20 miles, 19, 20 miles, something like that. And today will be about 14 or 15. So the terrain is really great. I mean, you can really get your miles in, no problem, and cruising speed, and not a lot of, huge elevation swings. Certainly, 300-400 feet here and there, but 300 or 400 feet, when it's 95, 96 degrees out, might as well be 3,000-4,000 feet, man. It just exerts the heck out of you, and it's like, for me at least, it's like walking a Stairmaster with a garbage bag over you and a winter coat and a 30-pound pack, man. And for hours, it is just exertion. And then it's just physically draining. It's like being in a sauna, man. Even though you're not in the direct sunlight, it is just, the air is just so humid and thick, and it's hard to catch your breath, and just wears you down, I mean, literally my shirt is absolutely soaking wet. You can't even pick up your phone. Your fingers are soaking wet with sweat, and you can't, your touchpad on your iPhone doesn't work, and there's no relief. Everything's so dry around here, and the water caches are, few and far between, miles and miles and miles apart. So you're loading up with water, which is fine, and drinking heavy at night and chugging a liter in the morning, and and planning ahead, but it's just brutal. You cannot drink enough. And then dummy me doesn't buy electrolytes and just keeps flushing with water. And but I feel pretty good, man. I feel strong. I've said it before, I don't think I've been healthier since I've been out on the trail. I had bronchitis and a bad ankle and a cough, and I feel great, man. My ankle is markedly improved. But just dealing with that heat is a different animal, man. It's a different element. And I've been taking the afternoons off from like 12 to 3 and just relaxing. But I gotta hydrate, man. I gotta replace those key nutrients that my body is depleting out here from the sweat and the water consumption. So it'll be a short day, 14, 15 miles, but looking forward to seeing my buddy Papa Smurf again, and back at it again in the morning. I got plenty of time to make it to Harper's Ferry by the 1st. So, but I tell you, I smell like a farm animal already, and I just had a shower before I came out yesterday morning. So, impossible to not stink at this point. And even if you put on clean clothes, your pack stinks. It just smells, man. So, yeah, all right, TMI. But this is nice hiking here. 5:30 in the afternoon, 6 o'clock, sun's starting to go down. Easy train. You feel better, but unfortunately, you've already zapped all your energy for the day. So I'm going to set up camp. I'm going to wait down here for him, put my headphones in, and just relax in the shade and wait for him for about an hour and a half. And give him a big old hug and welcome him back, and more shenanigans to come.